George Kenner, August 29, 2013. Frequently I'm asked what I think the state of the local market is. That's hard really to put your finger on. My opinion may be different than someone else's opinion, but facts don't change. Recently I read a book called Thinking Like Einstein, and there is a story in there about a trader, bond trader type thing, working for a bank, and he'd literally almost run the bank broke. And what he did was very hard to see. They took reams of paper, laid it out in front of the chief executive officers of the banks and the institutions that were involved, and even the regulators, and it was very hard for them to see. They had called in an analyst, and the analyst was saying, look, you can see it right there, it's in the paper. And they said, well, we don't see it. Well, he walked over to his computer and he hit a button and turned it into a graph. It was very easy to see that way. They made it visual. Well, today the tools exist to make the situation visible. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take and step off camera for a minute and then run this program. I'm going to show you what the local demographic in my area looks like. The Mortgage Bankers Association says there's a 6.2% mortgage default ratio. That means, and the number that they use are only those mortgages that are 90 days delinquent or more. So of every 100 homes, 6.2 are 90 days late or more. Well, let's take a look. You can make the determination of where you think our market is based upon the data that I was able to input, and we'll make this visual. If there's no opinion that is more valuable than yours, me giving you the information to form your opinion is what really drives our economy and our market. Now to the computer. Okay, the first thing that I want to do is draw your attention to the center of the screen here where the little hand is rotating. That's the approximate physical location of my office on Otay Lakes Road. Now, if you go out Otay Lakes Road, you'll come out past the lake in the area of the Olympic Training Center, out over a couple of hills, and that's the area where I live. I commute in on this road and pass the properties in the market area that I service. Now, each one of these pins on the map represents what has been established in this system as a cold lead. This is a sales system that can be utilized for many different reasons and purposes. Now, each one of within these pins and this status are properties that would have had a notice of a tax delinquency on the property taxes or lates on their mortgage payments. Now, you'll notice down here at the bottom, one of page 4 is showing 100 records. This only shows 100 records. Now, if I come out over here, this is one, around where the hand is now moving, this is one postman's delivery area, a carrier route sort. So, in this area, that's the approximate density, and I can blow that up a little bit, and let's just do that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to page 2 so that we can establish the problem is it exists in this one postman's area. There's page 2, so this represents another 100 in the entire area. This is page 3 representing another 100 in the entire area, and then 44 in the last area. You'll notice again as we scroll through, those are all properties that are either tax delinquent or have a mortgage problem. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go up to what is called hot lead. Now a hot lead in this situation, or in this criteria, is someone that has a notice of default. These would be in the formal foreclosure process. These would be properties that you could logically say had gone through the loan modification process and had been denied. They are in the foreclosure process. They may be able to obtain a short sale or they may be foreclosed on. Now, if you take the 344 plus the 82 and add them together, you're starting to see the number of people that are in trouble. Although this does not show those people that have their property currently listed in the MLS for sale, which a good portion are still short sales, nor does it show properties that are already owned by the bank and are being prepared through the foreclosure process to come back on the market. So that would give you an idea of the totality of the marketplace. Now, statistically, the worst area in my community, I would say, is right around where the hand is now. This represents another postman's area. The homes in this area range in value from about $475,000 to $1.2 million. Now, I'm trying to keep this away from being opinion-based, but I would say pretty clearly, the homes in the most expensive areas have not fared any better than other areas. Again, these areas are not immune out in this area. I am just working in a very limited area that, I as a real estate professional am concentrating on. I hope this data has shown some good. If you'd like to share this with anybody and take something that's visual as opposed to names on a sheet of paper, this comes closer. There's nothing like sitting, though, face to face with the person that is in this problem. I think, as Ronald Reagan said, if your next door neighbor has lost his job, it is a recession. If you've lost your job, it's a depression. Well, I would say that most of the people that are losing their homes would consider that they're in a situation that is similar to a depression. Again, anybody needs any information, data, sources for this, I'd be happy to provide it. Should anyone like to forward this to a regulator so that they can see it visually as opposed to numerically, please share the information and data with them. I wish you the best, and may we find a solution to make this better for our community faster.